if you have a significant team, who he can rely on, who's good at communicating, who's bad. You know, does he need to place a person round? You know, there's lots of team who he can rely on. Some good lessons for them. Maybe they can have an upset again. This is, especially with a new in-game leader from a completely different region, maybe he can bring some of the European Counter-Strike. It was Taco recently who tweeted saying that watching some lower level teams in Europe who were having some struggles were still more engaging than watching some upper tier North American Counter-Strike. So perhaps the Renegades in-game leader can bring a taste of Europe to the Renegades side. Indeed, Nexa is on the server.
I like that. A taste of Europe. It's kind of like, you know, when you go to a restaurant, an Asian restaurant, it's like the taste of Asia or something like that. See how the flavors are developing as we see that SK have a couple of Molotovs here, so they're looking to get the cooking on. But which will be the site of choice for them? Looks like they're going to split back into the B bomb site here. There's 3 players for Renegades. Next up, new Serbian import is looking to do some damage, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Holding down checkers pretty effectively, and we have Fallen, the last man standing. Wow. Okay, Fallen starting to make this work. 2 health left on JKS. 1 bullet's all it will take from this point, or a particularly aggressive breeze. And Fallen's deciding to rotate. He's got a minute to play with, so this becomes very annoying for JKS. But JKS can get that element of surprise going his way, then the rounds can still be won.
JKS rather notoriously had a game of Cash where he didn't die a single time. And he doesn't realize that he is heading towards the wrong bomb site. There's no beep beep. I could drop some Missy Elliott lyrics there, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I held on.
Is it worth it?
No, beep beep. Who's got the keys to my Jeep? Come on.
Oh, okay.
Moving towards the A site now. Does he have enough time to get this kill? Fallen still on the site, wondering where the CT is. JK with all of 2 HP. Fallen still going for the headshot. Won't get it, but he does get the round for his team. The talisman, the leader. Just a reminder for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter for some horrible reason. Fallen and Taco will be next up in the Internet Question Series. We will be taking them out tomorrow.
Hashtag bot off boats.
So if you have any questions for Fallen and Taco, please send them to me on Twitter.
Just as a suggestion, don't ask them things like, if there's no language barrier, what would the best team be? And don't ask them if they sleep with socks on.
Because Josh has answered both those questions already. But moving into B, looking for headshots, finding them. MAC-10 spreading some Brazilian flair around the map. Is there white in the Brazilian flag? It's green, yellow, right? But isn't there white in there somewhere as well?
I don't know that there is. I think it's not just green, yellow.
Or am I thinking of like the football emblems?
I mean, I am very bad with flags, so I am not talented with flags. Yanku is very good with flags, I know that, but he's not here, so I have no Yanku to defer to.
My girlfriend just sent me a message saying, "You are bloody abrasive." What do we think of this? Am I abrasive?
Yes.
Oh. There is white in the flag. See, I just saw it as I was looking for the white in the Brazilian flag. And indeed, there is some white in the flag. There we go.
So perhaps you should buy some lubrication, James.
On to the game.
That's abrasive.
Renegades, their pistol round was actually a pretty cool setup, and I feel like they should have won the round, but Fallen taking matters into his own hands, getting some really good kills and crucial kills. But Renegades playing a player at the back of checkers behind that box, some people might call it drip because there's a drip back there. He had the jump on a lot of the SK members, and it looked like the round was going to go in the way of Renegades, but Fallen turned everything around, and now that's led them to getting a second round, and most likely a third round as Renegades just with USPs here, no armor, not going to be much of a challenge as Fur's just going to hunt them down with his MAC-10, try to stat pad, try to get a little bit of money, just being really aggressive with his guns here, and SK is going to be taking a fairly dominant lead leading into this first gun round. Renegades are going to be able to afford an op here on the hands of Nifty, but no Kevlar. He bought a smoke grenade. I think he miscalculated how much money he had, and he was going to go for Kevlar op, but he has op smoke double flash.
That's quite a nice jump. Looking for anybody with a forward spawn on the T side, but there'll be no initial engagement. There is the nice smoke into main. Always good to throw smokes if you can from an area where you are not exposed, so do pay attention at home as to how he deployed that smoke, rather than standing in the middle of mid with a smoke in your hand. Saw some nice smokes of main from quad behind the boxes as well. Over the stack. SK with 2 UMPs in tow for this round will begin their pressure around the map, namely mid and A.
Seems like it's going to be a Molotov execute on the A bomb site. Molotov's going to go probably quad and fence. And while that's happening, there's going to be a backstab happening from highway. So here comes a little bit of an A fake while coldzera is going to make his way up middle towards highway to get a nice backstab. Actually, it seems like coldzera just dropped down and he's going to help with the execute.
There is no rotation whatsoever yet from Renegades. Still in a solid 2-1-2 setup as the push comes in from SK. And perhaps the rotation is not required, or maybe it is. Yusilo 1-for-1, leaving Azza on his own. He's got support from Nifty in the highway position, but again, Nifty, no armor won't be needed as he gets headshot by the AK of coldzera. But it's fallen somehow. The 2 players on the A site have made this work with support from Nifty as well. Azza still alive. 3 players surviving for Renegades, collecting the AWP as well. Solid hold.
So Nifty jumped out middle to the white box by highway, and what he was hoping for is that SK would peek out and try to kill a CT player who's crossing a highway before smoke blooms. That's why when he came out middle, he didn't instantly use the smoke grenade, and he was just instead waiting for a moment to see if SK would peek into him, where he would have the advantage by being posted up with his op. As soon as he saw that nobody from SK was going to come and peek the floor early for across the highway, he dropped down his smoke and then instantly went to look for a boost from SK.
Restoration of a round. I think there was some poor timing on the pause there, but good admins are good. And whatever needs to be done will be done. Marvelous.
Yeah, loads of money on SK to play around with. And I'm curious how they will decide to approach Renegades. There's lots of options to go with. I always like it when teams start with map control. You know, to see what the most consistent and default type approach gives you, and how much will a team, or how does a team respond to you taking map control? Are they very aggressive? Do they want to retake it? Do they play passively? Like these are places where you can find consistency for your later rounds when you learn how they play some of those rotations. If you just play the picks without taking the time to do that sort of approach where you're taking map control, then when you get in trouble later on, it's less clear what's going to be something that you can go to in a consistent manner. So that's why I like that approach, especially if you're the better team. I feel as though you can more easily force mistakes from your opponent by taking that approach.
Taco is rebooting his PC, so we'll have a short delay. Once again, Taco will be joined by Fallen, at the very least, in the Bardolph boat tomorrow for questions from the internet. More SK players may join. We could technically fit the entire team. I'd have to boot producer Patrick. But we'll see how many join us ultimately. Should be fun. How do you feel, Steel, as the inaugural internet questions guest? Say something nice, come on.
I'm not going to say anything nice.
Okay, thank you for that, Josh. Taco on the way back to the server. SK are not, they're not far away from us here in California. But it'll be fun to hang out with them tomorrow. Really nice bunch of guys.
Have you checked the weather yet?
The weather should be the same as today, and today's fairly good.
It's gorgeous.
With the sunlight, it's good.
Yeah, it will be sunny, cloudy, so we shall see. The boat tends to go fairly fast as well, so they may need to bring a windshield.
I'm quite excited for the Renegades lineup. It's interesting because I feel like Azza and JKS, they came out of the Oceanic region, and we saw them to be very talented players, like very young players, and sometimes you can see careers as a young person go very well or not take off, and there can be a lot of reasons for either one. Like for example, if you look at Rops, let's say Rops, very young and talented, immediately spotted, did well in FPL, immediately picked up by a big org, surrounded in by a highly skilled pool of players and teams to develop himself. Where JKS and Az were coming from the Oceanic region, is much harder for them to just get picked up by a big team or just go to another region and get themselves the experience that they need to develop themselves as players. So for them, it's been more of a slow start. I'd say Ustillo as well. He's always been quite impressive to me. He's had, like, his highs are very high, but it's been about consistency with him. And again, that team environment hasn't been super consistent for Renegades. So I'm really hoping that this new iteration is going to go well for them. And we spoke to them. They were very positive about it. They had even a team boot camp bonding session in Serbia. Must have been pretty awesome.
Yeah, Serbia is a pretty nice place. SK lucky to get away with nobody down, but 3 players in main spotted by the CTs might be quite telling as to the intentions of the SK side, and perhaps it is abandoned ship in that respect. Do they go to a plan B in the situation very early on in the round? Fallen with a pop flash, going directly into mid, but there's nobody there for the CT side. They will concede the middle position. Meanwhile, you see the aggressive take from Renegades around the map. Maybe realizing that 3 players remain. It's unlikely for a Locust to be towards B.
Just a slow start right now, but SK's already got a player by highway box. I don't think Renegades has spotted this just yet. We're on their 2-1-2 setup. That flash was for, oh no, Azure. He peeked mid, but didn't see Phelps up in this position at highway, so this could be a really potentially brutal backstab. Phelps is jumping around with the bomb at Sunroom. That's actually going to be the start Renegades needs to get back in this round, but Phelps in a great position here is able to take out Azure. Spots out another, gets another before he goes down finally to Nifty. 2 versus 3 situation, SK with 2, bomb down in the Sunroom, so they're going to have to collect this, but Nexa, with an op in Sunroom, isn't going to be allowing SK to do this so freely.
Nice job by Nexa. Is he good for the next one? It's an interesting question for Taco. Lovely peek. Again, I think it's one of those weird situations where sub 10 seconds, are the CTs going to wait? Nexa just pops out, shoots him in the face. Nexa looking pretty good. Again, I mean, he's a player that I have not heard of or seen before. And from what we've seen so far, he looks pretty solid. It's not just an in-game leader, but someone who can also frag. In fact, he is top fragging for the team. Still early days, though. We'll see how it looks towards the end of the half. But for now, it is all good in the hood if your hood is Renegades and your name is Nexa.
Very good job of sneaking into the checker room there as well. Sorry, the sun room, not checkers. Getting into the sun room, just hiding, waiting, and then Fallen just jumping around there. I think Fallen, his idea was to do a little bit of a B fake or B pressure to cause a rotation from Renegades to open up an opportunity for Phelps to go and get a flank off at A. I don't think SK was necessarily planning on ending with the bomb at B. I think Fallen was just going to use his nades there, maybe shoot his op, and then run over back to A. But Nexa just shutting that down completely by just having a little bit of map control.
And so this is the kind of start that could really be exactly what Renegades, want. Actually, a question to you actually still then. So where do you want to be if you're Renegades? Do you actually want to start CT side or T side against SK? Like, is there a preference or does it not matter for you?
If I'm Renegades or if I'm me, because if I'm me, I generally like starting on T side of cash anyways.
Okay, and if you're Renegades?
If I'm Renegades, I have no idea.
Why do you like starting on the T side?
I like being able to set the pace, and I like the momentum that you're able to build on the T side because it's easier to do your buys. On CT side, generally speaking, you need to buy kits, which cost a little bit more. If you M4s cost a little bit more than AKs as well. So it's a lot more difficult to gain momentum just because you're shelling out a little bit more money on these things. And Terra side, you can get the bomb plant, so even if you lose a round, you still get the money from the bomb plant. So it's a lot easier to continuously force buy and pressure the CTs. So if you're able to get a lot of rounds going on the T side, you know what you need to do as a counter-terrorist on the second half, whether or not you should force buy or if you have a little bit of buffer so that you can save and go for ops and incendiary grenades. I just like having that information dictate the way that I make my decisions.
I like starting on the T side as well.
Yeah, I think we can expand that point more, but we'll have to wait for the moment because we have the round beginning again, and Taco's back in action. Quick peek over middle, and quite a brave thing to do, considering all the weaponry and utility that are currently in the possession of Renegades.
Sometimes you've got to be brave, Dan.
Phelps looks like he's brave. He's going all the way up highways. He's going to lead the way. Entry fragging with Fur behind him, a trusted compatriot. And they shall now pop flash through the smoke. Love all this upper highway smoke play that we're seeing, but Yustillo from Forklift able to just spray them down. Really nicely done from him. And this should help them to stabilize, get some time for that rotation to come in. 3v3 somehow though, as Fallen does trade back onto Yustillo.
T's moving into the site. All the CTs huddled around the car. Cold may ultimately come in for a flank, but for the time being, he still has a line through highway around to the wall on the right-hand side of the previous shot. So we'll see. Does he go towards car, or does he try to hold the line? Fallen may only be good for the one peek here. If he realizes what's going on, then maybe Cold, who's still on highway, holds the initial angle for them. But it needs to move closer to white box to do that. And indeed, he's moving to the second line. They're checking for a flank, and there's the information. A lot of time being killed now. JKS is being forced back. Needs to move away before the triple peak comes in. Cold Zero trying to flush him out, but also there'll be an AWP coming the way of JKS.
Love isn't always on time. Hold the line.
Where's that from?
Toto.
What?
Music. It says
Toto?
yes.
Is that like the same guys who wrote Africa?
Yes.
Toto Africa. Oh, really?
Yes.
I think that's the only song I know by them. Dun, 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 dun.
That's one of the songs.
Dan's birthday today, so we're allowed to sing. I think that's reasonable.
I should sing anyway.
Yeah.
Frozen PC, is that cold? Who has that issue? It's cold.
All the PCs are...
Because he hasn't bought anything. What happens when you're cold? Sometimes. Anyway,
This is a rough week of casting.
Mate, I'm running out of material. It's the end of the week. I'm running out of material.
Oh boy.
You two combined, this is a very testing situation.
Us two?
For a normal
What about you?
For a normal human being like me, it's very testing to have you two on either side of me.
The very measure of normal, the scale of normal.
Nice.
James.
I am the personification of normal. Who am I kidding? I'm not normal.
Well,
Nor would I want to be.
You wear socks in bed.
On occasion.
you have a keyboard waffle iron.
That's
Yeah.
also
You
true.
receive daily deliveries of specialized keycaps.
That's also true.
PCBs. Is that classed as a PCB? I guess it is.
This is a PCB, yeah. It's a
PCBs.
printed circuit board.
PCBs. And so on and so forth.
You've been playing with that like you're a 6-year-old on ADD with ADD. Just like constantly just playing with it the whole time.
It's nice.
And we're the ones that are weird? You're the normal one?
Yep. Huh. Okay, let's put it to a vote.
We're all normal to ourselves, right?
Send me a tweet and tell me who you think is the most normal person in the studio right now.
Oh, we should just ECS should do like the poll.
Yeah,
Look, I'm far from normal, but I'm a lot
ECS
closer to normal than you two.
ECS Twitter, do the
I
poll.
just don't know about
Who is the most normal? That said, I wouldn't be one to be normal, but we'll see what the results come up.
Yeah, it's just about, we're just curious about perception.
Perception.
We don't have any aspirations
All
to be
about
normal.
Perception.
No normal aspirations, it's just curiosity. Renegades, sorry, SK rather, appear to be maybe trying to pull players towards the B bomb site by taking checkers and then boosting out of it. That said, it's the bomb they're leaving as the lurker towards B, and now the AWP has been spotted nifty over towards the A site, taking Phelps down, and perhaps that will drive them into the stack. But it's a 3-man stack.
Yeah, it's kind of okay. I mean, there is a timing, obviously, where it takes Nifty to rotate. So they can be like, well, we're actually already at B, so this is fine. Couple peaks, nice pre-fires coming in, and that will be the bomb sites. Should be for the taking. JKS able to get a reload off here. That's actually very scary because now he's got a reload off. There's another frag for him. Could be one more. It won't. Nifty misses his shot, and they will lose the round eventually. But damage was definitely accrued by SK Gaming. Some damage that perhaps will come back to bite them in the derriere. And Renegades now have their buy. So let's see if they're able to get something going.
It's not a Star Destroyer.
I'm lining up the one keycap I put in there, making sure it's, it's secure. 3-round lead for SK. Renegades back on the buy. All M4 A4s. Next with the UMP for the time being, and Nifty will be the AWPer. Nice to see a different player AWPing for the team, showing some capability to us observing the team. Is Nifty the American Nifty, or is he from a different Nifty? Like,
From the way that he's playing,
Oceanic?
I'm assuming he's the American Nifty.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm familiar with his playstyle, and his playstyle is opping, jumping around like that, and likes the bunny hop.
Nice.
Nice. And the way he snaps his mouse like that. I mean, maybe someone else plays exactly like him.
America. Let's go.
He is the
Let's
American
go.
Nifty, yes, he is.
So we've got Renegades now having to defend what is going to be a B split from SK Gaming. Coming through mids. SK Gaming trying to get the entry frags. Not just trying, but succeeding as well. Nifty looking to try to cover across. And he will be able to get one frag against Fallen. It does get flashed away though, and this is going to commit probably both players towards the site potentially. I mean, if Cold Zero gets picked off or fragged with the bomb, then the round is essentially lost. So we have the other T coming up into position. That's going to be a problem. Cole able to trade, but there's just too many CTs. Renegades with a good job there on the defense. And the retake ultimately is a great pick-off from Nifty on the player and headshot. That was very important.
I wonder how familiar SK will be with this iteration of Renegades, again with two non-Oceanic players on their side. Of course, the in-game leader being one of them. This is a very different Renegades to the one we are used to. And it's good that they branched out beyond their own continent to get more players. What?
You're getting wrecked in the pole, my friend.
9%.
Okay, we'll come back to this.
Nice boost there.
We will come back to this.
Does take down Falling from the Sunroom, and that should give Renegades a nice edge here. Also a tell as to what's going on. We're starting to see 4 players gravitate towards the B site for Renegades, so they should be able to defend this and retake this quite effectively. Next is still alive for a prolonged period of time as Azza comes in. Spray is good, and they only lose 2 players, which is and denying the bomb plant as well, so that's fantastic for them.
This is a close one, Dan. Me and you.
If you win, it's completely fraudulent.
We're all on the spectrum, let's be real.
It's true. I'm sure we are. Someone commented, replied, producer Reese. Maybe we should have put.
That's definitely not.
We should have put Sliggy and producer Reese on there as well.
He is Prince of the weirdos. There's only 23 votes, so it's all nonsense now anyway. We'll see if there's more.
Yeah, all right.
Small sample size.
Good start to an anti-eco round from the Renegades team, looking to tie things up.
Well, Fur actually got a shot off onto Usilla there. I guess the jump boost was heard from the door player. That'd be the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, Fur was crutch walk peeking at the back there, looking up at the door. So unless Fur's a god.
Wasn't Fur in main? Because there's a CT standing on the light above Squeaky and shot into main.
Right.
Didn't you just see him walking in and shoot him?
Usilla was on the light looking into A main and killed Fur, but Fur got a shot off first.
Oh, right. At Ustillo.
At Usilla, and took him to 54 health. So I'm assuming when Ustillo got run boosted up there, when he landed, he made noise, and the player that was at the door called that out for Fur to check that angle. Otherwise, Fur just reacted to it, and he's a god.
I would assume Fur's a god, to be honest.
Okay.
I have a gun called Fur God, so...
Must be true.
Yeah.
I like the double push into A main here. A lot of players would just like solo push in, but this way you're kind of ensuring that you get the trade kill. If you don't suck.
Well, there we go. Words from Joshua Steele Nissan. Renegades, all of a sudden, with 2 players left, and they look committed. Nifty looking to do what he can do, but Phelps is coming in from the back. That may spell curtains for Nifty. JKS, get 1 grenade kill, but with 15 HP, we cannot expect much in this situation. And he's being led into a trap. He jumped, it's given his position away. Perhaps he has hurt his opponents as well, but... this is a difficult round. Renegades, an opportunity to take the lead, but a brief one as they were run over like a bee in a lawnmower. Right?
Bees get run over on lawnmowers?
Maybe, if they're not paying attention.
I know lawnmowers mowed down flowers.
Yeah, but what if there's a bee on the flower?
Right.
It's not complicated.
Right, I didn't know that lawnmowers mow down flowers. Usually you mow down grass.
Look, who knows what's going on with these lawnmowers, man? I don't know, people are crazy.
6-5 is the
You did
score.
get me that. But what if there's like a stray daffodil in the grass?
I mean, maybe. I'm sure the bee would move because of the vibrations and everything.
There's a lot of grass in the world, right? So I reckon there's probably a stray daffodil somewhere.
Lawnmowers don't operate in the wild. They operate on lawns.
I know, but there could be a stray daffodil on a lawn.
Yeah. So 6-5 is the score for SK as they're going up against Renegades' nifty little eke around there. Next up with Kevlar, while the rest of his team is without. So that's always neat.
Dead flowers do grow in grass, right?
Yes.
Maybe if, like, you know, Chernobyl becomes more inhabitable and it becomes reclaimed, everything's overgrown, there's gonna be flowers in there. Definitely guaranteed.
Perhaps even a stray daffodil.
I just doubt they're going to take a lawnmower over to it. I just feel like they're just going to take a big one of those big things and just scoop up the ground.
Scoop up the ground, that's not mowing anything.
Exactly.
That's
Is that JCB? Do you mean
But
JCB?
then the bee would be unharmed if you were to scoop.
I actually want to learn to drive a JCB. It's one of the things I want to learn in my adventure of learning things. JCB is on there. I have no use, I have no purpose for a JCB. This is interesting, right? Look at Taco's spawn. He's heading towards B, obviously, but he has the spawn to take the AWP from Fallen. Be like, Fallen, take this CZ and give me the AWP, and I'll take a pick through mid. But it seems they're not going to do it, obviously. Taco started AWPing more to free up coldzera from having that chain around his neck. But not today, Taco, not today.
Are they going to do the checker control and then boost into vent strat that we saw? I think they did it a couple rounds ago.
On the pistol, wasn't it?
Maybe it was
Was
that.
it a pistol?
Okay, so that's what they did. They used Taco to do his nades early, and then they're going to use him as either, like, he's going to lurk out mid or be the entry towards A on this strategy.
I like that detail. Some teams just don't think about nades at all.
So there's the B fake, and Taco is going to be the second one out.
Nifty doing a good job so far. Multiple kills for him.
Woo!
Very,
Nifty.
very nice. Now it's coldzera and Fallen against 5. They have to force their way in basically at this point. A barrel will show and Fallen is going to promptly take down Nifty. What else can he do though? 4 players left. Cold is on the move. He might be able to catch 2 players. Surely someone's looking. Surely, okay, well, there's only 1 player there, my bad. And he will not be looking at JKS. So Cold has actually created a great spot here. Wins another 1 versus 1. Next are down. All of a sudden, it's evened up and the bomb can be planted. There's 35 seconds, plenty of time for Fallen to punch in the numbers. And now the CTs are in trouble.
Big flank from A main though. And I think SK should know by now that there's the flank because coldzera has been locking down this whole area. But still, great position from coldzera to get the headshots. But he needs to fight this guy. He needs to come out and fight because now it's a one-on-one and the bomb is not planted for him. It's a planted default spot safe. And it looks like Azur is just going to stick the bomb. It's going to be a round win for Renegades here. Nifty getting some crisp shots, but I want to highlight one of the things that Fallen was doing when he was approaching the A bomb site from main. Usually what will happen is you'll be peeking in by looking like, if you're in the position of Fallen, you're facing towards the bomb site as if you're going to peek out and have your crosshair train on the person. But what Fallen was doing was he was looking straight forwards towards, I guess, the boxes at the back of A main. And what that does is it sticks his arms and gun barrel out, and that baits out a shot from the Opper. And that's why Nifty took a shot, and then that was the window of opportunity to Fallen run out and get the kill on Nifty.
I also like Cole's play, even though he didn't win the round, because he basically tried to take his time. He didn't stress too much, just tried to guarantee a 1 versus 1 instead of that he felt was favorable. So very calm stuff. Cole's one of the players who's a lot of methodical. He's very methodical. He's highly methodical, and there's a reason why he's the most consistent that there is. He is the most consistent player in the game, and so he's definitely one to study and to pay attention towards. And going back into the round, we have the A main exploration investigation from Renegades, and they have managed to make it's not only clear, but that information is going to be very positive for them. They should realize now to gravitate more players towards the middle and B sides of the map, perhaps, but that could be a mistake because we can see SK Gaming coming back to reclaim A main as not quite playing the blind spot, but trying to use the off angle. Zero is looking for it though.
Geometry.
42 seconds. Nexus still on the B bomb site for now, but they have got 3 people over towards A. Will that be enough for Renegades? Usilo taken down towards Forklift, a common spot for the CT side. Again, the flank coming in from mid will yield great results for the Ts. 4 versus 2. And now there are questions to be asked of Renegades. They don't have the range of these UMPs, but perhaps Nexus got a chance for an upgrade. 1 on 3. 2 of these players are in the red. Nexus will full grenades. Does he opt to go for it? He doesn't have a kit. But with 4 players dead, surely there's one lying around somewhere. Flashes himself into the angle. He's got a Molotov, could go towards the Forklift position, but he's got to be careful. Doesn't get picked off at the same time, and perhaps he's giving up on life. Well, the round. The round, not life.
I like what SK is doing when they're just abusing middle constantly. This round they had Phelps in there. He was able to get the backslab off of on highway when SK started pressuring the A bomb site. I see it's a trend that SK is doing here off of the back of pressuring on the side sites. And Renegades maybe giving up middle a bit too early, or at least not filling the void at middle whenever they rotate. So if there's A pressure, the middle player rotates to A, one of the B players needs to rotate and pick up middle. And I think they're leaving it exposed too much, and SK is able to find an area to abuse. I always like to talk about the volleyball rotations. If you're going to shift one over from middle to A, one comes from B to middle. You just don't have someone else coming from off the sidelines to B.
I like it. I haven't heard that described that way before. But right now we got Renegades running 1 player in the vents. And I'll have to go back to this. Taco picks off somebody towards A. The squeaky push. Taco will be the one that prevails, and this has created some space here for Fur. There already was a limited presence in middle. Fur has exploited this. He's going to communicate this to his team as well. They can play off of this. Again, they have Taco in the... Oh, dear. What?
Oh, that's not good.
Nexus not supposed to die there, and now the round is basically over. 5 versus 1. All right, and it all really came from Taco having a pick, Fur being in a position to slowly investigate and push middle, and... There you go, 9-6. Renegades. They got a decent amount of rounds, to be honest.
6 rounds on the board on their CT side.
Actually, Renegades could have had a little bit more rounds there if they had won that pistol round, which Fallen won in... Was it a 1 versus 3 that he won with a 4K? I know he had a 4K. I believe it was a 1 versus 3. So Fallen really carrying SK through that pistol round. It definitely could have been a 9-6 half for Renegades, though. So looking pretty strong so far. But now they are on the T side, and like I said earlier, I do prefer T side. And it looks like it's going to be a nice A hit. Nifty with a smoke double flash. Taku's going to be all alone at A bomb site, but quad box is a great location to be from. Takes out Nifty with 1 crisp headshot. Peeking around the sides, he's able to get a second one before he's finally taken down. 3 on 3 with the bomb being planted. Renegades looking like they're in a good position. Hold that as Coldzera comes in and gets 2 more kills here. 3 versus 1 JKS with the bomb planted for him. And a USP. Not a completely unwinnable round, but being smoked off isn't going to help his case at all. Popping shots away, but Fallen's going to take him out through the smoke. So the round will go into the favor of SK. SK winning both pistol rounds here on double-digit rounds, and Renegades with the bomb plant. So right here, they could do an eco round and then buy up in the 3rd round. As they didn't really, they had 2 players pick up kills, so those 2 players could have effectively bought AKs and dropped them. But I think they actually bought decoys, so they were $50 short.
Full safe Renegades. They are well, almost full safe. Flashbang. P250, P250, P250. Let's see what the plan is. Let's see where does this flash go? Where is Nifty going to throw this flash? Where is Nifty going to throw this flash? Oh, well, Fur. There's a time limit because Fur's on the server with MP9. So there is a time limit. They have to get their play going, or Fur is just going to annihilate everybody. Looks like the flash will be thrown there. The pop flash in towards the B bomb site. Coldzera spray, white peeking there, running and gunning, and barely surviving that onslaught. Nexa, 4 HP, M4A4 picked up. He is going to die, and I think Fur will kill him. That is my prediction. Where's Fur? Everyone else will just wait, and Fur will be like, I got this. Here he is. There he is.
Jumping MP9 in 3, 2, 1.
There it is. If Fur comes in.
It's good jumping accuracy on the MP9. Compared to the other SMGs, it is slightly better.
The other thing too, there is that slight consideration. This one guy on our team who has the SMG, he'll get more value out of that kill, more money. Although Coldzera has no Kevlar in this round, which is a bit sad for him.
Yep, he's opted for armor. I mean, the grenades.
Yeah.
We just mentioned he doesn't have armor. Ooh, he's going for Fox-esque plays around the corner of the smoke. This may be a nasty surprise. JKS.
Oh, too
that
smart.
was cheeky. Main has been commandeered by the CT side. Minute 24 on the clock. We'll see how long they decide to stay there.
Fur's like a real estate tycoon man. He's gone. He's taken everything, taken all the positions away.
And the rent is rising.
Monopoly.
They're making his way into the middle area. Phelps around the corner of the smoke. Ooh, that could have been an important second frag for Renegades, but it will go the way of the Brazilians. Down to the 3-on-3, Fallen picked off. Phelps in the red. Coldzera, AWP, no armor, and the CTs are all spread out. Surely Taco's going to go down on his sword. He's on the site alone. We've got a rotation from Phelps towards Carver. It's really the AWP they need before this cross comes in. But Coldzera is miles away.
Yeah, they have no nades too, so they are just going to have to win the battles. Ooh, that's a good flash, and Taco peeks out with the flash, and that's a free frag for him. Be more to be had though by Taco as he just dances around, tries to delay as well. Trying to get Cold into a position where he can do something. Taco also waiting to see if there's anything to get, but it will just be a bullet in the face for him. Nifty, the one that can now plant the bomb. JKS working forklift in this 2 versus 2 as the CTs start to make their way down. Coldzera, again, we have to emphasize, no Kevlar. He's got an AWP though. Phelps coming in, spots JKS, but now Cold can't convert on the trade, and that is the round for Renegades.
Nifty picks himself up the sniper as well. The window of opportunity is open for the Renegade side. Can they climb through? UMP buy for SK, confidence in skill.
I like what Taco did there at quad box. He got a kill and then hid for a long time, was expecting his teammates to come and be able to support at least, like, you know, at the very least a flashbang or something. But even though he did go down, he took out one, delayed a long time, and got a headshot on to Nifty as well. But Azar here gets a nice headshot onto Fur, gonna molly him out. The molly is too deep and the smoke helps him out anyways, but Fur is going to go down.
Ooh.
4 and 4.
Will there be greed though to pick up a nicer weapon? Still lurking around, and Stillo is following up in the back. So he will clean out the CTs from the squeaky door, but there are 3 more to find. 1 more on the site, but again, the advantage for Renegades is they have the numbers advantage wherever they go. It's going to be a 3 or 4 versus 1. That said, Coldzera starting to rotate towards Car, but again, the range is terrible. He needs to close it, and indeed he moves towards the forklift.
It's almost a gamble stack for SK here, and it might pay off for them, as they do have the UMPs close range. Coldzera to open things up, but he's going to go down. Phelps! Oh no, he got partial blind and he just completely missed his bullets. Fallen all on him, 1 versus 3, and he's going to be taken out with his knife out. And the importance of this round is actually really great because SK 4 spot there, which means that they're low money here. They can't really do anything. And then even next round, their money's going to be around the $4,400 mark. And $4,400, you can get M4 armor and a couple of grenades, but you can't afford full grenades, so you can't get the incendiaries, you can't get kits, or you're going to get an incendiary, but you forgo smokes and flashes, or you're going to get a kit and you forgo an incendiary grenade. So it's going to be a very difficult position for SK to be in, and Renegades might use this opportunity to climb back into the game, get a few more rounds, and tie the game up.
Pistols. Stack down towards the B site in middle for SK, and they are yet to really get anything out of this. I wonder if there's any. I guess Azza really is the information man for Renegades. In reality, he's got the UMP, so he's got the ability to just run in much better than some of his teammates who have AKs. But that said, you still able to take over middle with the accompaniments of Nexa. Oh, SK doing a really good job here. They picked up an AK. There's a second one available. And they have options here. They can either try to do some damage, or they can try to aggressively take exits to do damage, but also work on saving the guns.
There's one gone, further disappearing as well. Renegades, well, Azza has potential to get a nice upgrade, and indeed the AK is collected. So Renegades in a good spot. Reasonable damage done by SK, all things considered.
If I'm SK or Taco, I'm worried more about my own economy than the enemy's. I'm not going for exit kills. I'm trying to hang on to as many guns as possible. Unfortunately, it's just Taco who remains. The other two of them died earlier on in the round. But Taco is going to hold on to this AK, and this is going to be crucial going into this next round because it's going to allow him to choose. If he wants to buy an op, he can afford that, but most likely he's just going to be able to get armor with full nades and a kit. And that means that other people don't really have to worry about buying the kit. It just sets SK up to be in a much better position than they would have been alternatively. Fallen, we see getting a FAMA so that he can get a kit and full nades as well.
Like how the AK got dropped to cold too. Just, you know, respect for his skill. I mean, he is the most consistent player in the game. Give him the guns. Give him the guns.
Give him the boost.
He can do everything. Phelps is on the boost. Phelps a very good player as well. Oh, okay.
Good thing it was only Phelps up there, not Cold, right?
There we go. And now Cole's in a position to have to hold. He will throw down a smoke to play around. He's got a flashbang up there as well. It's going to be very difficult, but maybe he can make it work. It's going to get traded out by Yusilo eventually. Fallen running through the incendiary there, and actually makes his way down onto the side. Great damage from Fallen. He's going to equalize the numbers and now wait for his teammates to come in.
Or not.
Does go straight out there again indeed, and dies.
HG on Taco, but the opportunity has passed. Yusilo moving to a wider angle. 2-on-3. No kits on these players. Means they've got 5 seconds less than they might like to have.
Fallen had a kit though, and he died on Heaven, but the rest of the players are just going to count their losses. They're going to take off. They're going to keep these 2 weapons into the next round. Most likely going to be another eco here, as they will have around $3,000 a pop. Maybe half armor with pistols might be a thing. Kevlar plus pistol, about a $1,000 investment. As it does look like that's what they're doing. UMP actually on Phelps. Guess he had a little bit extra money. Scout on Fallen, no armor on him, but armor on the rest of the folks of SK.
Ooh.
FT's been very on point with some of his AWP shots so far, and there's still a lot to worry about in the rounds. SK Gaming are very spread out here. They're not stacking with their buy. Instead, they're just chilling essentially to the bomb site. But Nifty's just picking them off one at a time. They're just trying to take these battles against Nifty, trying to catch him off guard. It's not working out right now for the Brazilians.
This is a pretty good spot for Renegades. I mean, they're breaking SK once again. They've got tons of cash in the bag, so even if SK are to have success, it's going to be nothing but pressure coming their way. So there'll be a higher chance they just get broken once more once they get another buy. So Renegades are actually in a very reasonable spot to take the first map of cash away from SK.
You are right. It does look really good for them. I was honestly expecting I wasn't expecting it to be one-sided. And they seem to really be delivering. How many rounds did they get first half again? Was it 5?
9-6 for SK.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's very nice recovery coming in from them.
Yeah, and actually Renegades is impressing me the same way that CLG was impressing me. It looks like they have a really solid foundation. They're running a very structured style CS, kind of textbook style, not really overcommitting to anything. SK though, a few questionable decisions here or there. I thought they would be approaching this very disciplined, but a lot of misplays and like, how do I put this into words? It's just like on that last round, for example, they did the half buy. They should try to do some sort of gamble or some sort of like play together where let's say they push like 2A main and 2 door, or let's just say they play 3 people on highway. Take some sort of gamble or some sort of risk instead of playing just straight up default setup with like a UMP, a deagle, a scout, and 2 rifles.
Deep Molotov into B. And another one, just in case Cold has any ideas. And, well, there's a pick in mid in the meantime from Fallen onto next site, and that's a glorious shot onto Nifty. And this is exactly what SK need. They are at the arse end of their economy, and they really need to get themselves into a good spot if they want to take this, as one might expect them to. Renegades proving to be an excellent force. Silo with 2 kills on the A side, opening things up. That smoke is really strong. Very hard for the CTs to come in for a retake when that smoke is down, but the bomb needs to go down. It's not down just yet. Maybe that'll entice a push. JKS trying to hop into the bomb site. The bomb gets planted regardless. Phelps trying to make his way through. Now it's a double orb retake. Can they punish Renegades for peeking?
Coldzera ready. Fallen ready. Double orbs indeed are going to be interesting. Oh, first shot connected. Azza with the peek. He's still now having to play by quad, and Coldzera will take him down. Fallen and Coldzera, 2 of the most dangerous AWPers in all of Counter-Strike. When they're working against you, you can't feel all too pleasant. And that is, as mentioned, an incredibly important round for SK. You can see all the bank that Renegades have to work with. It's, depending on how these rounds go, you know, considering bomb plus, considering money, consecutive round loss bonus, it is quite possible that SK have to fight through a lot of buys here against Renegades. Well, Renegades offer them up a couple opening picks, as he did in the previous round. Looks like they might not. They are actually lining up smokes here from the back of or behind A main. Looking like they want to go straight into the A site. Will they fake it or will they go straight in? That's really the question. Nice switch of pace. Good response to double ops.
The rotation is coming in. Yusilo and JKS waiting in main, making sure they have their possession. But are they ready for Taco? Takes 2 players to realize where he is. Is that the advantage the CT's needed for staying around the box, trying to avoid the flashes? Or if he gets flashes, hiding maybe in plain sight, you might argue. Next to take it down as well. That's going to leave Nifty alone, stuck in a choke point with the AWP. The crouch peek coming in there from Phelps. He's on fire now, forced out. Coldzera getting picked off as well. He knows there's one player on the site, but where's the other one? We'll finish things off. An expensive round for SK, but they're in the lead.
So one thing there actually is that on the boost spot, you saw Taco. He gets the 2K, and I often see this happen. Like, the player gets the 2K, and then they wide peek to get and they get isolated 1 versus 1, and then just die in that position instead of just holding very tight into the corner, forcing the T's to go for a wide peek. And at that point, the round is like almost impossible to win for the T's because Taco stays alive and they can't get past that position. But too often I see players just go for the wide peek and just die.
I think the argument would be that quad was smoked, highway was smoked, and catwalk was smoked. There's no reinforcements for Taco. The only thing that he could hope for is a flashbang, and even then the flashbang might not even get the A main player. So if he's going to be in this 1 versus 1 duel, he would rather peek the enemy and use that peeker's advantage, as opposed to sitting in a corner and letting him get peeked on.
Okay.
That would be the argument.
All the smokes were indeed fully bloomed. Fully bloomed.
But if you want to talk about the smokes, Renegades committed all 5 players to that. They didn't have anyone watching for B push. They didn't have anyone at middle to lurk around or hold for like any rotations from SK. Maybe if Renegades is able to tweak that strategy to use only 4 smokes so that a 5th player is freed up to hold map control, ensure that SK is not pushing through middle, getting a flank off, pushing through B, etc. And then maybe they can cut noise after they throw the smokes and they bloom. Cut noise for 5-10 seconds before they start executing. I think they might be able to see a little bit more success in that strategy.
Well, Renegades' success can often be questionable when you're up against this man. We'll see if he can get any connections here with this AWP. Spotted one. There's another one. The flick comes in. I think he hit the corner of the wall there. Not the fatal shot, unfortunately for Cold, and now also unfortunately for Phelps as he gets isolated. Fallen comes in for reinforcements, as does Fer quickly. 2 players from Vents here from SK, but they are perhaps not long for this world. Wow, Nifty is just having quite the game here today.
First, still going for it. First is 3. Not going to work out for him, though. What does this mean for the money of the SK team? Fer didn't have much, and indeed, it's getting pretty damn tight. This one's going down to the wire. SK forced onto an eco. As I say that, Fallen is buying up, and as are the rest of the team. So it seems we may get a UMP buy, perhaps helmetless, or pistols, grenades. They're going to prioritize the grenades, it seems. Yeah. Draw the pistols, 1 round behind. They're taking a gamble, Josh.
Yeah, SK here, 14 to 20, like about $1,400 to $2,000. So they're going to do an aggressive push here with this force buy. Actually going to smoke off A main, but 2 players close to the forklift might indicate that there is a pot flash play coming in here. Otherwise, these 2 players are just going to hide here and hope that there's no Molotov coming towards the forklift. That would be from the door player. It does absolutely come here, and it's a fast execute into the A bomb site here from Renegade. Fer kind of in the smoke, getting 1, gets the AK, gets a 2nd.
Oh my god.
Great position from Fer right now. He's not going to be able to do anything else as Azure next to just turn things around again for the Renegade side. Phelps in the smoke at forklift, but I think he is spotted out. Underhand flash is going to push in. Unable to get the spray initially, but he will get the kill. Next up, picking up the frag. Fallen, it's all on you. 1 versus 2. Azure, pretty low health at the quad box area, but Fallen just a scout. No armor, no nades. Is going to jump up on the E-box.
There he goes, the patient Fallen, waiting for the perfect moment. But the trade setup, very strong in this situation, and they will win the battle. 13-13, and SK with a crippled economy. An SK that could stand to lose the first map, the first cache of 2 against their opposition in Renegades, the new look Renegades.
Under new management.
It's important to note how Renegades played that. At the last 2 players at quad box, Azza had low health, but the other player had full health. Azza was the first one to peek, and he peeks by himself. If Fallen is able to kill him, Fallen doesn't expect a second player to be there. So the high health player baits the low health player and lets the low health player peek first, kind of see what Fallen's doing. And then Fallen shouldn't expect to save a second player there. $3,000, still not enough to buy. So they'd have to do a double save. So save that round, save the following round, and then have a buy, which gives a lot of rounds and room for Renegades to play with. Or they choose to do a force buy, which is what they did. Try to do some sort of gamble play together. And if Renegades goes into the gamble, then SK has a very real chance of being able to hold. And if Renegades avoids it, then SK just saves all their weapons and then has another opportunity in the following round. SK, obviously, it didn't pay off for them, and it's crippling their money right now. It's basically... This is like so important for SK to win. If SK loses this round, it's looking really grim, and Renegades might actually steal away this first map, and it's something that I didn't really see.
It's almost feels like it's Renegades map to lose at this point. Let's see if they can close. That in of itself is an important skill set for any team. SK with a very low amount of utility to play off of in this round. Still 3 smokes left though, and Renegades look as though they might want to just try to harass into this A site, looking to see if Nifty can get an opener. You have to be so careful if you're SK. Nifty can't see a single thing just yet, and Molotov onto Forklift to slowly eliminate potential positions. Now they're starting to wonder, is there anyone actually on the site? They should be starting to be suspicious of the boost position, because they've spotted nothing at this point with all their Molotovs, and they are not going to be checking for it. Nifty goes down, and Taco continues to make plays here, drops down into the smoke. Oh, he's sniffed out a rat, it would appear.
Taco will eventually get eliminated. In the meantime, JKS has made his way into the B bomb site. Will Fer here at the rotation. Phelps coming in. Oh, he got caught, but somehow managed to escape again. But indeed, the bomb site's been lost. However, the bomb will need to cross into the bomb site. Utilito's got 1 smoke. Cold Zero trying to drop the gun. Going to get picked off. Fallen is here now. Look at the time on the clock. Can he stop the bomb from going down? Phelps on the site waiting for it in the smoke, but he can't find the angle. The bomb is somehow getting planted by Nexa. He's dropping the pop flash. Phelps can hear it, but he's only got the USP. Nexa surely sees him. Oh, he's going to have the angle advantage, and that leaves Fur alone. This could have really turned around.
They want to cut rotations. This round, Renegades starts doing an execution with 4 people. As soon as that pressure is being made on A, SK rotates off of B. JKS finds it open and gets in there, and then Renegades is able to get back to the B's bomb site. Unfortunately, SK is unable to stop that plant, and that's what is able to get Renegades onto match point. UMPs across the board for SK Gaming. Fur pushing into A main by himself with one, as Taco does come to support him, but a UMP against an AK at this range. Oh, he's lucky to get one, but is he overcommitting right now?
Well, he just
Overstaying his welcome?
Still a lot of damage to JKS as well. That's pretty significant. 68 points of damage. And the grenade. So Fur, little does he know it, he's done a huge amount this round. Now he backs away. Equalizing frag onto Taco is going to be some small consolation here for Renegades as they start to consider their options with a 4 versus 4 and with 1 minute left on the clock. You're either looking for that play straight into the side off the grenades, as we might see here, or you're looking at taking, a delayed mid-take. Those are the 2 main options, and we are going to see the former of those 2.
Fur on his own at the moment, but support is not far away. Where is the bomb headed, though? 40 seconds. We've got some players up on the boost, and the bomb is moving away from the A bomb site. SK reading, there's no push behind these grenades. Starting to reposition now, Fallen, spotting info towards mid, but there's not much he can do about it. Phelps now, how important can this position be for his team? Smokes around 20 seconds, and Renegade's got nowhere else to go. He's got to push this ace, this B bomb site. 16 seconds, man advantage. Nifty in a really awkward spot. They're losing everything now. As with 2100 in the bank, 10 seconds to try and do as much damage as he can, but that's all she wrote for this round. And look at the money on Renegades and SK. It's going to be a tough round for both teams.
I definitely thought Renegades was going to be able to pull out that round, going up against 5 UMPs of SK Gaming, and then getting that initial trade kill at the start of the round, 4 versus 4. Renegades seemingly was playing everything right, but then SK with the heavy rotation, the gamble stack, paying off, Fallen with his off at middle here. Unlikely to see anything just yet. Renegade squad just holding a default right now, down to just 3 smokes and a Molotov. Looks like it is the grouping towards the B bomb site. Maybe they'll just charge in with a pop flash. Another flash to checkers, perhaps.
Oh,
Honor.
Phelps and Cold immediately crushed on the defense. It's exactly how Renegades needed this one to go. Got to be careful, Fallen spamming through towards the corner. Oh dear. Oh my god. So lucky to be alive. 3 versus 5 retake here for SK Gaming. It's all on the line for this map.
I think he was on the inside of the other side of the box.
And we have Fudge charging his way in. 2 versus 3 now as the trade's coming. Knife! Nifty with the knife. Just pulling it out there. 16 to 14 Renegades with 2 Tech 9, 3 AKs, and just barely enough grenades. By the skin of their teeth, they will take down SK on map 1, cash 1.
And I'm actually surprised here that Renegades was unable to win that pistol round, that positioning from, I believe that was next at the back of Tracker Box. Again, such a huge round, but Renegades really seriously impressing me. I did not expect this to come out of them. Sort of like the same thing that CLG did, just impressing me so much about that, just how they're just hitting the foundation, just being able to set up, doing a default, pretty much textbook style, not getting over complacent, playing together as a team. Some really solid groundwork being laid here, and honestly, they can only improve from here, which is pretty good. I really like to see teams starting off in this fashion. It's not like they're relying on sort of this honeymoon stage, just being this kind of unknown team where they're just running around, pugging it up, and utilizing just pure individual skill to get them by. I'm liking how they're actually a team right now. And when you're starting off as a team like this, and you're actually putting time and effort into creating the strategy and the chemistry and everything, you can only improve from this point on.
I like his stats actually. Really had the most damage, but his ratio sucks. But he was just pumping in the damage there. Cold Zero is so consistent. Quite 27 kills from him, just always making a difference. But Nifty really has so many insane ult plays, like so many just twitchy ult plays in like clutch positions to put his team ahead, or taking that desperate peek past the smoke to just catch that bomber, like running to the bomb site, then just falling back, letting his team come in to rejoin him. Those are very important plays by Nifty, and having an explosive ult like that is very beneficial. Can they do it again though? Can they do it again?
It's good to see that all the new players on the team are doing well. Next, I mean, often you see an in-game leader that's going to struggle to kill, but he wasn't struggling to kill in that match. It's an early and small sample size, but I mean, it's a step forward, isn't it? A foot forward, I mean to say. And yeah, Nifty looking pretty good. I mean, what can you tell us about Nifty as a player?
Nifty is like every time I've spoken to him and played with him in just basically pugs, he's very keen to learn the game and learn the game properly, and takes the time to actually kind of nerd it out, which is what you need when you're trying to play at a pro level. You need to be able to sit in the server, learn, take the time to learn, process all the information, spend time watching demos. And it actually shows like the progress that he's had since he transitioned from, I believe he used to play Call of Duty, and he just transitioned to CS like a couple of years.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight. Have you ever stopped beside the road to smell the rose of life? Take a breath now. Don't hold it in too long, 'cause you might end up missing out on life's short little song. She's saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live, don't let it go. Ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live, don't let it go. You've got one life to live, don't let it go. Can you let go of it all tonight? Or will you decide to push on through and ignore the words inside? Take a breath now, don't hold it in too long, 'cause you'll find you're missing out on life's short little song. She's saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live, don't let it go. Ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live, don't let it go. Ooh.
much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed. Let me all of the pain seems to follow like a shadow, dark and cold to the touch. Am I insane not to let go? Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Oh, let me bleed.
kills him here. They're looking straight for that position, so he will go down immediately. The advantage on the peak there from JKS due to the distance he was away from that angle, and now Cold spotted, but again, he's in a bad spot. Nexa has a Molotov, so Nexa could decide to Molotov that position after he's done on the bomb site. Bomb's still waiting to make its way across, perhaps afraid of the peak from Cold Zero, but they just need to throw a Molotov there and they're good to go. He'll just die.
Nifty was really patient, waiting for a peek. So maybe he thinks nobody's there now. Maybe Taco will run distraction, or maybe he knows Cold's there. Definitely nods down. Who is going to be the bait though? Oh, the timing is unreal for Nifty. How does he get the 1 versus 1? Ooh, he's pushing through, but surely Taco hears it. Indeed, you see Cold's there repositioning, they're communicating together. The shadow gives Taco's drop away, but Nifty can't do anything about it. Nice play from him. But indeed, he went for speed over sound, and the speed created sound, and the sound gave a round to SK.
And the bog down in the valley-o.
That was like Nifty really.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know that rhyme?
No.
I love that Nifty put himself in a spot to actually win that round. There's a lot of AWPers that would just try to go for these crazy shots there and so on and so forth, but he actually put himself in a spot where he could get 2 1v1s. That's really hard to do when you've got a bad plant. You're in a 1 versus 2 against what was it, Fallen and Cold, and he actually could have won that round if he was a bit more clutch.
I think it was Taco and Cold.
Taco and Cold.
Did you say bog down or Bogdan?
The bog down in the valley.
Never had that before.
Is this a Canadian thing?
It might be.
Sounds like nonsense.
Did you watch Due South?
I watched that.
No, my brother did though.
I wonder if it's like Neighbours in Australia and no one Australian watches it. It's just an export. Renegades looking for their A, execute once again. 2 players in Squeaky on this occasion, but the smokes and the Molotovs may cause them problems, may delay things. Taco has been a nuisance on the high ground, and once again he gets a 2-4-1. His team will take that. Grenades coming in, Firm manages to avoid it and punishes Azza. Almost a 2k for him, but Fallen is there to finish things off. 3 players survive for SK. Josh just slapping your forehead, why?
How many times are they gonna fall for this without checking it? Just check it. Just have one person just jiggle it even, or just check it. Like how many times are they gonna die to Taco being up there?
Check yourself
Before you wreck yourself.
I know that one. I know that one.
Check it out.
Don't know that.
DC boys.
I don't know Biggie Smalls. T-Pack. We have SK now on just a measly double off, not even 3 please. For going for his very commonly push spot, which is A main. He's been very, very active there.
Ooh, the
Cold Zero's,
smooth.
yeah, spotting just a couple pixels there of Nifty amongst the smoke.
And again, geometry. The smoke was closer to Nifty, which means that Nifty couldn't see under the smoke, but Cold could.
Well, the more you know.
Team YK.
Swoosh. 2 Renegades players left. Their bodies are strewn all over the map at this point. They need a number of kills. Not to win a round, but again, just to... I mean, they know the odds are against them, but they want to have as much impact in this round as they can. Counter flash from Taco, buying time for his team as he is alone, backing off, playing the numbers game. They're happy to give up the plants. What's important now is winning the round. And winning the round in the numbers which Renegades will try to trim.
This is a really hard position, to be honest,
He is alone.
for Renegades to hold on because of the incendiary that Fallen has, which can deal with position commonly thrown to the quad position, and to where Nexa is as well. Oh, is it miss? That's unfortunate for them. Still massive man advantage. Oh, holds down the spray, and with JKS as well helping out. This is a really hard position, to be honest,
He is alone.
for Renegades to hold on because of the incendiary that Fallen has, which can deal with miss. That's unfortunate for them. Position commonly thrown to the quad position. Fall instead, and to where Nexa is as well. Oh, is it miss? That's unfortunate for them. Still massive.
Well, they've put themselves in a good spot, as you can see from the damage. I mean, it's fortunate for Renegades that they got that plant down, because at least they can buy in the next round, and who knows
Yes.
where they would have been otherwise. But
Was it
what are they talking about now?
Was it 3 rounds in a row for SK? If it was, then right now they could be deciding whether or not they want to do a half buy here. They will be able to buy next round. They get around $2,900 for the round lost. So they could probably buy down to around $2,000, which means Kevlar pistols. Do they want to get smoke grenades involved, or do they want to just do a straight up AK buy here? 2 of the players can get AKs, 3 of them with Tech 9s, but I would most likely think it's Tech.
Tá bom meu áudio? Meu áudio tá bom?
A straight up AK buy here. 2 of the players can get AKs, 3 of them with Tech 9s.
Tá bom meu áudio? Meu áudio tá bom?
A straight up AK buy here. 2 of the players can get.
Tá baixo, né? Calma aí. Teste.
Straight up AK buy here. 2 of the players can get.
Teste. Tá baixo ainda. Tá, deixa eu... Assim. E assim, tá bom? Teste. Tá baixo ainda. Tá, deixa eu... Assim. E assim, tá bom? Acho que agora tá bom.
But it looks like SK is going to be actually doing a little bit of a B push here, getting a little bit aggressive here. Don't know if they're going to fall back off of this information. Phelps.
Foi ali marotando na smoke na garagem, tentando pescar alguém, foi pescado pelo...
This has been happening like, quite frequently. Like, Renegades can be,
Agora tá
they can rely on
pela
first pushing
B.
A main like that by himself.
Ele pegando informação, já avistou
And it's not the first time he's been called out there.
JKS.
So here's a reaction from SK. Do something. Phelps gets
Phelps
a
pegou
forward
o
presence on
JKS,
Sunroom.
ganhou
Gets a
bastante
pick off
espaço
now,
agora
and
pra SK.
it's good that he falls back and away from Sunroom, just in fear of isolation. And we see Renegades are pushing towards the ace on the map, but they're going to get pincered by the SK defense, potentially. Although it might not be required, Taco takes down everyone by himself. Triple kill there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Renegades don't go back towards their set piece strategies where they just run, they have the set smokes onto an A bomb site or the B bomb site. Both of those types of rounds are very successful. The only times they haven't been that successful for them on A is just because they don't check Taco, who's almost always boosted when it's seemingly. Because SK continue with double ops and just those set plays with smokes are so good against double ops.
Ele avançou, conseguiu pescar o JKS.
Just crumbling over the B side, it seems like. Not really being able to do much of anything at all.
Ele que consegue avançar.
You know what that is? That's a false sense.
O Nishi vai ver se ele consegue ver se alguém avança ele pelo
Smoke was
smoke.
there. He thought it was all safe.
O
But
AZR,
no,
ele smoke ali
Cole's
a
creeping
região
through
da
the
MP,
smoke.
mas o Free
Common
consegue ver
strat we've seen in the last
uma
week or
fresta
so.
ali. Se ele conseguir
Spotted
pescar alguém.
Fox doing it as well.
O AZR consegue pescar o taco, tá exposto ali no
Around the
visão do
corner of
céu.
the smoke, and that is revenge for Renegades.
SK vai soltando B, deixando só um pela região do
But there it
B.
is again. Making it really hard to
Fallen
push
consegue
into
pegar o
side
Steam.
Renegades. They're being held, they're
Falei
being
pegar outro
delayed,
Nift, agora
and
foi
they're being eliminated one
aproveitando
by
aquela
one.
fresta,
Leaving
pegou a
Nexa
Zé,
alone. Struggles on a team side now
sobrou
for
Nexa
Renegades
na
after a
região da
good
garagem,
start.
que acaba
Picks off
morrendo
his Nexa,
pelo
leaving
Phelps.
SK alive with 3 people. The double orcs in tow. SK taking the lead.
And SK is actually doing a little bit more aggression for pushing A main, at the same time as Cold is pushing B. And then even after that, like in the middle of the round when Renegades is actually approaching the A bomb site, Cold's just running up the forklift like, hey guys, I'm just gonna bring my op over here, hope that's okay. Gets a couple of kills, looks for a third, gets taken out, but it doesn't matter because he's already done more than his job.
So some grenades here, but again the aggressive play from SK.
O Renegades faz forçado, agora o Tech 9 colete 1. Mas a SK espera que não perca armas, que eles estão perdendo muito eco, muito forçado nos seus jogos. Mas estão saindo na vantagem. Vocês preferem que abaixa mesmo o som, mano? Tipo, ele vai estar quase sem nada o som do jogo aqui.
5 players, and they have all the angles for those eventualities. And Fur is going to investigate. He's been tasked
Eu coloquei um programinha aqui que quando você se inscreve aparece na tela, não sei se está funcionando.
to go on an expedition. You just have to wait.
Eles
Here goes
conseguem
Renegades,
na
they know it's on
região
them. Big
reduto,
move.
Cruzeiro pesca
Good
um,
initial flick shot from Cold Zero.
Cruzeiro
The
pesca
second
o
one
outro.
is good as well.
Eles
As
entram
only
rápido por causa
two
do
players
tempo,
are
mas
left.
eles não conseguem tirar nenhuma
There
arma.
was nothing but dust.
Esse cara tá
and
melhorando
ashes.
agora nos ecos e nos
For
forçados.
Renegades.
Eles perdiam direto,
Well,
direto.
rather 7 to
round,
5
assim.
for SK. They picked that one up.
Agora vai ser um armado
Side
completo do
stabilized now.
Renegades.
I was actually starting to feel like at the
Esse
beginning
cara
of this,
conseguiu
that
fazer
Renegades would have
estabilizar uma boa economia
a
agora
really
para os
solid
próximos rounds.
but SK back into the mix
Cruzeiro
here,
jogou
doing a
muito,
good job.
Cruzeiro joga bem de Alp e
I mean, how
de
many rounds
AK.
rounds in a row? Yeah,
É
7
monstro.
rounds
It was
in a row.
5-0, then 7-5.
So indeed, SK have found
Eles vão,
adjustments, but can
Renegades vai
Renegades
marcando
adjust
agora.
back?
Felps deu aquela, conseguiu dar uma bela avançada no
namely
B.
the creep through the smoke from Cold.
Enquanto esse Free vai estrifou, viu o cara no meio, conseguiu ganhar bastante, deixando com 1 de HP no meio. Vieira 2 no meio, mas não agitou muita coisa. Taco também,
Taco flavor
piscou agora na rua. Nossa, o Taco correu por causa de 1 de vida, mas tinha como saber que era ele. Renegade vai trabalhando com A agora, está plantando. Cruzeiro vai estrifando pra ver se ele pega alguém pela informação ali. O Felps pega, o cara que tava ali no costinho. Tem um, lá pra tentar, porque o Felps tá com meia vida, o não tá com 1 de vida, o Felps pegou ele. Acho que eles vão guardar mesmo, não vão arriscar não. O Felps tá muito miado, os dois lá estão full HP. Basta ele não tá
Another
fazendo tirar uma
Molotov on
arma.
the side of the terrorists can lock down this highway area. Flash comes in first.
O Felps morreu ali, tinha um cara preso na porta muito bom.
Should probably just
Cruzeiro ainda
go and
tentou.
save, but maybe
Eles
it's
tentaram
starting
porque
to
ele
do a
também tem
little bit
uma.
of damage to the
Tocou a economia
Renegades economy there.
estabilizada, eles vão conseguir fazer armada. Né?
Renegades picking up a
Uns 2
6th
rounds.
round. Couple of rounds left in this half. It looks like SK kind of got a little
Oh, there it is.
over aggressive there.
Did it again.
triple
They
up?
Done it again.
Why not?
Speaking of over-aggressive.
Oh.
There you go. Well, let's see how they use them. Taco, Cold, and Fallen with the sniper rifles. Will it surprise Nifty?
Esse cara tá fazendo 2 no
No,
meio,
Nifty
o
was
Nift
surprised
pega
there.
o Fallen,
Some might even say that was
ele nem estrefou
Ah,
desde
nice
o Fugia,
shot.
já no Prefire.
But it was
Acho que ele vai
nice.
fazer smoke na liga agora.
Well, it's
vão
now
trabalhar
2
com o meio
wolves
de
left here
novo.
for SK Gaming as Cold and Taco hold on to those. What is your response from SK here? You don't really want to just sit on a 4 versus 5 situation. You want to go equalize, and it looks like
Pega ali,
Renegades are gonna
marota
push
no
out to
meio,
the middle.
pesca um.
And, well,
Esse cara
looks
consegue
like
dar
a
a
lot of
volta por
great rifle
cima.
work coming out of the vents there
Saiu perdendo,
from
agora
Phelps.
estão botaram
He's
pra vantagem
done
pra
more to
X1.
than equalize. He's
O time tá
actually
sobrando JKS, que tá ali
essentially
pra
won the
região
rounds here for SK.
da
It's just
garagem na B.
JKS left against 4 players. He's been spotted now.
Tenta varar o
JKS
taco, não consegue.
looks like
Phelps,
he's in
no
a
caso.
hopeless, impossible,
Tira pouco de vida.
terrible, awful, disgraceful position. Well, it's not really, I guess, disgraceful,
O
but
taco vai tentar
it's
pegar ele pelas costas ali.
and you did that.
Vai marcar
it's
pra
just a disgusting
garantir que ele não tem que
grotesque
sair pra
finish
guardar a arma.
there. Grotesque.
In the golden age
And
of
now he's down.
grotesque.
O taco também tá voltando a
Eight
jogar
rounds
de
in a
Alp,
row
jogava
for
antes, só que ele deu uma
SK.
parada.
And with the money being that
Ele tá
ropey on the
treinando aí,
Renegades
tá
team,
jogando até bem.
on the Renegades team right now. Looks good for 9 rounds in a row.
Agora vai ser um forçado da Renegades,
Be it in this half or the next. Only time will tell.
que é o
If
último
I'm
round, né?
Renegades, I send 3 people to the door right away. I have one
Agora.
person go middle and one person towards B. The B guy
E esse
fakes
cara,
the B
tá, se ela
hit.
sair com
The
9 a
smoke of the
6,
B main, the
aqui já vai ser
molly of the checkers, the
bom placar,
flashes,
porque na minha
and then
opinião
timing
aqui
just
é mais
run out
TR.
of door.
Where does the AK go?
Apparently, amen.
E parece que eles vão trabalhar pra A. O JKS vai fazendo barulho aqui pela B, ele consegue matar o Felps, que sempre gosta.
But will he commit?
Mano,
Will he
tá na smoke.
sacrifice himself?
Dessa vez
A second
deu
player
certo.
has joined the proceedings on B, but it's starting to get
O cara
quiet.
tem que sair da smoke ali, tá conseguindo pescar, morre pro outro cara ali. Eles vão plantando a bomba.
Are they really
Dois
going
estão
to
com arma,
do
um tá
this?
com Tech
They-
9,
Wow, what a good strat.
sendo que lá um
against
tá
two
muito
enemies
miado.
there. Fallen's gonna get straight in
Fallen
there. Misses
rush
the
ali,
shot, actually, he has to
o
work
Luiz
his way
consegue
around
ali no
now.
espaço, enquanto
Has a 5-7 to go to if he needs
o
to.
Cruzeiro vai indo
Very
atrás
good
dele.
running gun close range.
mata na Molotov,
Oh my god, Cold Zero just landing that Molotov deep into
consegue
the
matar um
smoke,
cara na
catching
Molotov,
Hazard.
rush nas costas dele, o Cruzeiro
There
consegue
it
matar.
is. Now just
Só sobe o
JKS against
JKS
two
assim na
players.
região da garagem. Vai fazer o clutch, não consegue. Fallen consegue acertar um tiro de alto e acaba. Bom Ralph, esse cara conseguiu fazer 9 a 6 em cima da Renegades.
Renegades was in a great position there in that round. 3 versus 2.
Só finalizar
Cold
a
Zera
partida.
just getting that
Acho que esse cara
Molotov
consegue
kill.
levar essa partida assim.
I think he literally just hit Azar with a Molotov and then this flick, like, oh, hello. And JKS in a seemingly unwinnable situation felt like going, getting a kill, making it a 1 versus 1 to play the bomb. But SK gonna end up with 9 rounds this time around instead of 6. Wait, didn't they have, wasn't it a 9-6 last game too? Yeah, it was exact same scoreline as last game, except this time Renegades got a pistol.
Esse cara
Okay,
fez.
fine. Next, oh, goodbye. In the head twice.
Renegades fez full colete.
Literally maximum efficiency from SK on that first shot. First kill rather, because it was 2 shots. And Renegades locked out
Esse cara
of the
consegue
slightly
fazer
slow
o plant,
evening. The numbers
garantindo
nifty,
pra ele
biding
fazer
his
um
time,
forçado no próximo
waiting.
round. 3x3, belo tiro do Fur. Tem um cara da região do céu. Nifty avança pelo smoke. Já tá no bomb, pescou o Codzeiro, Fallen. Nossa, Nifty jogou muito, fez um 3k. Ah, esse cara vacilou também, deixando o cara entrar na smoke que ninguém viu. Os caras tudo recuaram pelo bomb. Belo round pro Nifty.
50.
I'll even give it 1 round of applause.
A singular golf clap.
That was phenomenal stuff. And we're going to get to see it
Acertou
again.
bons tiros, ó. Eles ficaram enfileirados, o Codzeiro e o Fallen. Deu-se logo um flicão pra cima do Fur. Esse cara deu uma pinada ali. Acho que ele ainda leva essa partida. O primeiro mapa a Renegades ganhou, 16 a 14. Rushinar, acho que tá fazendo, tá, consegue matar um cego. Nossa, eles conseguiram entrar no bomb. Tá sendo, agora a bomba deles plantar, que é o mais importante, que a gente implante. Quando ele vai se telefone pra mim, pegar informação pra ver se alguém tem região Toyota, dá um fez na smoke. Eles estiver avançando ali pela região da rua. Tira na smoke, não tem ninguém. Fallen rusha, região Toyota, mata um, sobra o região Toyota, está muito minado. Então acerta um belo tiro ali. E round pra esse cara.
SK fighting straight back. What an answer to a glorious pistol win from Renegades.
It's exactly what SK needs to do. Just keep the
Renegades
aggression on,
vai
keep just
fazer um
overpowering Renegades with your individual
só
talent,
fazer
your
R vai
individual
forçar
skill, winning those aim duels,
coletinho com
and not letting
ACZ
Renegades get set up and get
e
confident.
o
Renegades
hostile
needs
com
this
lápis
like
50, já que
time,
ele vai com mais
like
dinheiro
actual
no
time in
time.
the round to kind of set up and think about things and get the rotations properly. And
Esse cara vai
if SK
trabalhando
lets
por meio.
Renegades set up, then Renegades has a chance. But if SK disrupts that, doesn't let
Tem um
Renegades
na A
set
e um na
up,
B, pra
then
marcar vai
SK can
pegar
steal this
alguém
game
rushando, já que é
away.
um E. Fer avança na smoke da liga, pra ver se
Zed,
consegue
rotator,
pescar alguém.
able to cut off rotations entirely as the rest
Enquanto
of the
isso,
SK
a
team
Renegades vai
seems
só
like they're
pegando
going to go
informação pra
and
região de
pressure
bomba.
towards the B side of the map. Phelps raining a couple of flashes down onto the A bomb
Fica
site
cego
to
ali na
keep some
região do
players there
meio.
from the Renegade side.
Yeah, just seeing where the opening comes from. Fur actually might be
Fallen
one to look
já
at
entra
opening
pelo
now
duto
for
ali,
this.
ganhando
If
bom
someone's
espaço
on
pra
site
esse
too,
cara.
so Fur, great position, we've got to be careful.
O Fel
There it
Fer
is,
encontra o cara
close range.
de costas,
Azza comes
os dois
into
se
the
encontram
train,
ali,
and now Fallen
pega,
make his way back
Fallen
onto
mata
the
um
bomb
na região
site
no B
as
deles.
he has created a
O problema é que
chance now, an
eles
opening
começaram a perder
that
arma de
should
novo
be
no,
able, should allow SK
no
to
eco
win
deles.
this round
Vai
now.
ser ruim
As
pra
there's no
economia.
kit, there's only one Kevlar on Azza and he's too low to
Tá com
use
trabalho
that Kevlar.
comigo, pega o Nexo.
There are guns to
Sabe,
steal away.
os dois
That
estão com a
is
região do
something they can
CT,
really think about
do
here.
Renegades,
Renegades.
estão em direção de guardar as armas deles.
And indeed they will try to back away.
Vão ficar na base CT guardando.
Not the best of spots to save across this map and also
Eles conseguiram fazer um armado
generally
no próximo
across
round.
most of the maps.
Vamos forçar um.
The CT spawn is not one of the best.
It's the safest part right now. They don't know if
Só
they're
acho que
being
era
lurked
mais
on from A, from door,
a
from T
coisa
spawn,
mais
anything
inteligente
like
que eles
that.
poderiam
So
fazer agora.
if you go into CT spawn and get this crossfire and stay together, you have a really strong chance of actually staying alive, keeping the guns, as opposed to taking the huge risk of actually going to A site, where SK could just be camping out for all they know.
Fallen consegue ainda
Too smart.
tirar uma K
Too
do time
smart
do
with the
Renegades, que ele
pre-fire.
conseguiu rushar
Two
ali.
players knows there's a chance he's being baited, and the gun is taken away. Just the one M4 onto Azza for this round. As SK look good for a 12th round.
A Renegades vai dar um forçadinho só de pistol ali,
First one.
pra não deixar a M4 em vão.
14 down to the wire. That one was. Can they do the same? Just like that flashbang. Again, there's glass in the ceiling of mid, but the middle channel is all metal.
O Steve já fica bem miado ali, levou alguns tiros ali da região do B. O Azé consegue avançar ali no galpão, pega, mata o Fallen. 3x2 pra SK, sobe o AZR com o seu M4 e o Nif com a sua Digo, gritando pelas costas do SK pra ver se ele pega alguém. SK tá trabalhando pro ar, senão ele subir azarado, só por isso não tá fazendo um molotov no coisa, na empilha, e molotova lá e acaba a bala do AZR bem na hora do spray.
Hey, I won the poll.
Eles
I am
estão
the
indo
most
pela região
normal
da
of
porta azul
everyone.
pra eles conseguirem tirar alguma arma, porque eu acho bem difícil ele ganhar esse round.
In fairness, that terrible singing.
Ele vai abrir a porta, ele vai fazer muito barulho e a SK
Singing cheesy songs, right?
vai conseguir matar ele. E
Suppose that there's a degree
round
of
pra
normalcy
SK,
in
Phelps consegue finalizar
I
ele.
guess so.
I don't know.
Só faltava SK sair andando igual fez na overpass, o cara conseguiu fazer o ninja.
Renegades 12-7 if you're SK Gaming. SK Gaming quite the lead, and they've got quite the amount of bank as well to play off of. Renegades, will they try to get Nifty into a position to take a duel? I wonder what his spawn is like. JKS picking up an off as well. So, did we have good spawns there? I think we had a good spawn on one of the players going towards
Agora é
A.
um armado da
See
região
where the
dos
aggression comes in,
Renegades.
if there's to be any aggression. Nifty checking middle,
Eles vão dar o pezinho ali
boosting onto
pra caixa
the
branca.
boost. This was used quite well.
O Fer consegue ver o pé dele ainda subindo, consegue pescar ele. Chega no Prefire, o Phelps consegue matar, abrir o ar. O Phelps jogou muito bem. Eles vão plantar.
Is it safe territory for Renegades?
Só sobra. Estão 4x3 e eles estão tudo na B. Eles vão escolher optar por guardar essas armas. Fazer um próximo armado.
Slowly back away.
Tentando guardar pra região da TR,
The lost bonus is
dentro do tóxico.
going to be 2,900, so
O Fire tá com 17/3 de frag.
USPs, UMPs at the very least.
Well, I could drop USBs too.
Ele era bem criticado no mês passado. Esse cara tá correndo atrás pra ver se ele acha arma. Nifty é pescado pelo Phelps, pelo Pesco Phelps.
Be careful, be careful, be careful.
Eles não querem arriscar por ele dar muita arma esse cara. Eles não querem deixar eles também guardar essa duas AWP e esse M4. Nossa, não consegue matar. Acabou o tempo bem na hora e ficou bem miado de
So if
vida.
you're used alone, you get boosted up, and it's either a boost where the enemies can't see or hear or both,
Mais um round pra esse cara.
and they don't know you're up there. You probably shouldn't take an off
Daqui
angle
a
and
pouco vai
peek
ter o
out
jogo, mais um jogo
into
desse
aim
cara
like
contra
that.
o
The reason why
NG Game.
Taco was doing
Eu tô vendo
that was
aqui.
because he had a much different angle and there was a smoke up. Yustilla was doing it, he had no cover. So in that situation, Yustilla should
O outro cara
probably be
vai
hiding and
avançando
letting
ali
his teammates
pra
take
região
first
da
contact.
goteira pra ver se consegue pescar alguém. Esse cara faz uma molotov ali, uma smoke pra região da passagem, tira ele da posição. O caixa recua pra escolher pescar alguém. Ele acerta, ele dá um flicão ali no Fallen, acerta um varado. O Nexus consegue matar o Cruzeiro Phelps, agora o Nif mata o Taco. 3x2, 4-5x2 pra Renegades. Phelps e o Fer vai indo pela região do meio. Eles vão tentar tirar a arma agora. Vamos tentar. Fica cego, o Fer é morto pelo AZR. Fallen vai trocando tiro com o cara da liga e é morto. Vamos ver Renegades. Esse cara consegue fazer
Yeah,
armada,
Renegades
ele
plays that
conseguiu
really
ganhar
well.
vários rounds de
If you are the
sequência.
Zed player and you're playing a 2-1-2 setup, it's generally best to have your teammates flashing over top of you from the A bomb site, where the flashes explode,
Esse
where
cara
you can
faz
peek
mais
out with them,
armado.
and the enemies either have to do one or the
Renegades
other.
também
One,
consegue
turn away
estabelecer
from the
sua economia,
flashbang,
que ele
otherwise they
consegue
get blind, where you
fazer
can shoot
super
them in the back. Or
forçado no
two,
próximo
they
com
stare at the flash, anticipating you to peek, and then they get blinded by it, where you can get a free kill on them.
Codeira vai vendo se consegue pescar alguém ali pra região
For another approach in this round.
da B. Tenta dar uns varados ali.
Renegades keeping things.
Fica cego o JKS na região da goteira.
Looks like SK might go for it as they
Taca o
mid-take.
Marota ali atrás da porta
Will
azul.
actually
Consegue pescar.
encourage it. If they're able to get middle now, they can set up splits
Leva uns
straight,
varados ali,
or they
mas
can
SK
throw
sai na
splits
vantagem.
away, whilst then pinching onto B basically. That's another great way to
O
go.
Phelps
Things that they are just
consegue
winning
matar
off the
o
jump.
Nift
So with this
e é
force,
morto
really
depois
slowing
pelo
things
AZR.
can really
O
start
Nift
to slow
estava
down,
com a
but
granada na mão.
perhaps not.
Só sobra o AZR e o JKS que estão no CT.
Just basically do whatever they want
Esse
now.
K vai trabalhando pra agora. O Fallen vai abrindo ali a garagem, depois tem um cara marotando ali. Os dois estão, um pra região do CT e outro na liga. O bomba tá aberto, mas não tem como saber disso ainda. E vai plantar a bomba agora. A não ser que esse K vacile, o round vai ser dela. Exato, se for conseguir pescar o Zé, o JKS vai guardar essa sua WP. O Codeiro vai dar de cara com ele ali. Vai guardar pra região do bombe. Se o Codeiro der um strafe ali, fazer ele errar um tiro, acho que ele consegue tirar essa WP dele. Esse K vai indo inteiro pro bomb site B. Tá tirando essa arma ali. Tem dois ali, tem o Fallen e o Code, que tá marcando o gelo tóxico. O Fallen, acho que morreu. Agora eles vão tentar tirar a WP dele. Espero que eles percam muita arma. O Taka vai bunando ali, dá um no-scope no Fer, mas o Taka consegue finalizar ele. 14-8 pra esse carro.
Dude, Men in Black was so good. I don't know why you're saying
E
that.
como eu disse, agora vai ser
For
um forçado da
1997, it
Renegades.
still holds up really well. I am glad I rewatched that, and I'm glad I rewatched The Matrix.
Matrix is good.
Se esse cara perder, ela consegue fazer um forçado ainda, por causa do giro do Codizero.
A bridge.
Well, it depends on the type of bridge and what is going over the bridge. And what it's made out of.
No, it doesn't. It's not going to hold up well because it's a bridge. By design, it will hold up well. That's why it's a bridge.
Bridges break, man.
Phelps vai trocando tiro com o cara da rua.
I've burned
Dá
many
um
bridges.
Sphere dele. Tem um cara marotado no
Getting
meio.
dark, getting dark.
Se o Phelps
I'm going to
não abre
back
aquele
out
fluxo
now.
ali,
I need to-
vai atrapalhar muito esse cara. O Codeiro vai marcando a região do B ali pra ver se consegue pegar alguém avançando. Pra não pegar informação. Phelps
Oh, yeah.
But let's
Phelps
see if
fica
Renegades
marcando a
can bridge
região
the gap
do,
between these two teams on the scoreboard. That gap is currently
da lona pra ver se alguém dá pezinho invertido.
That gap.
Tudo que indica esse cara vai trabalhando pro site A. Vou fazer algumas
Find
smokes.
ourselves in suspense. Because there is definitely a chance to come
Usaram
back
muitas
in
granadas
just yet.
no site A.
Bridge puns, that's what it's come down to.
Tinha um cara marotado no
Well, it's gonna be
meio, o
a
Phelps não
very
abriu o pixel
quick
com
kill as the
o
Phelps tries
Elise.
to put himself into that middle
Faz a
position.
molotov ali, o
Really
Fer vê o
worked
cara na
out,
smoke,
okay.
leva dentro
So for
do
all
coisa,
the
mas
smoke, almost
ele
lining up
pegou
very
na
well for the
smoke.
smoke, but JKS is quicker to find
O
that
Taco vai tentando pegar ele.
This one, though, that's
Um
gonna
spray
work.
ele
Taco
consegue
finds
matar
himself
dois,
double
só,
instead.
mas o Fallen
He's
foi
alone, though, he has to
morto.
find himself the ace
Só
in
lutar
25
contra
seconds.
3. Não tem ninguém no
Not
bom.
an easy situation.
Então tem dois na rua e um pro Toyota. Mas não foi dessa vez, no round pra Renegades. Vai ser um forçado agora desse cara.
They are looking like they might be able to get another couple rounds here because this kid's economy is starting to dwindle. That said, half buys are scary, yo. Half buys are scary.
Renegades with an opportunity to reach double figures in this game.
Erraram o molotov ali na região da lona.
SK being patient as these molotovs are deployed.
Phelps fez um eco seco. Que não tinha muito dinheiro.
Renegades playing deep into B for this round. No one really seeking information, and again, they're playing
A gente
retake
vai
A, so they're
olhando
expecting
aquela
these pistols,
fresta
and
da
they're trying to
smoke
close
ali,
as
o
much
Taco vai
distance
marcando ela
between
também, pra ver se
the
pega alguém
pistols and
lançando.
themselves as possible. Two molotovs
Esse
still
cara vai
in the
trabalhar
hole for the CT
pro
side,
boom site
should
de
retake
novo.
be required. For
Eles
the
vão fazer
defending
entregar mais
outside
rápido agora,
the
porque
B
eles
bomb
estão
site, the rest of the team
num eco
towards
barra
A, and again,
forçado.
Renegades will let him try to run
Faz
there.
usando as
Smoke will
granadas.
certainly help.
Deixa o molotov ali pra
Miles
atrasar
towards
a
forklift,
entrada
really
deles.
important. Flashbang on the high ground, that went flash Azza. He
A
can
B
face
ainda
at
não
the
se
same
move.
time. And here come the T's moving through. Azza
Aí o
closely
cara
to
consegue
the top
pescar
of
o
the
Zé,
M4.
o
That's gonna be
Nift
double
pega o
rifle down,
Phelps.
okay.
O estilo consegue pescar dois ali, com o Zero e o Fer.
Making quick work
Taco
of
ainda mata o Nift.
Cold Zero and Fur.
Tem um,
Taco
o
once
Fallen
again
tá
looking to
no
stay on
B.
the A side. Meanwhile, Fallen
O
lurks.
Taco morre lá.
Fallen have the surprise
O Fallen
Claymore.
vacila e dá um
He
tiro
goes pretty loud,
desnecessário,
and he will
que é
get
morto pelos
fragged in the end,
AWPs.
14-10. Renegades climbing. But that was a half fight, and you can see there's
Todo
have
mundo vai
ample amounts of dosh to spend to
I-
work something out this round.
I like that nifty flash that was thrown over the forklift over the catwalk where I
Melhor
forget
armado da
which
cidade.
player it was able to peek underneath it. Probably Azza?
Eu acho que eles vão trabalhar tudo pro meio agora.
Are you still up? I don't know, but it went over top of where
Maybe
you
that's
still
the plan.
currently is. Thrown by Nifty, therefore it is a nifty flash.
I could have gone there earlier. I teased it, but I didn't go there earlier. I didn't commit to it. But as we know, Josh has no limits or reservations. Got a short push coming in.
Acho que
and
pesca o
going
Fallen de
as
costas,
fast as it came.
o
Three
Phelps
players
de
remain
costas
for
ali
SK.
com o bangou.
Renegades looking pretty damn solid. As a
Esse cara vai perdendo armas de novo.
breathe at this point.
Eu acho que vai ser mais um round da
Taco's
Renegades.
steps will be heard by the presence of the silhouette main. Ooh,
O Taco acerta os varados ali. Deixa o
Taco alone.
a Zé com 200 de life.
In the SK camp. How far can Renegades go in this second map?
Potentially all the way. They are, I mean, it's not as though they're
E
playing
a
badly.
morte pelo
Renegades
estilo.
are winning these rounds legitimately, they're connecting their shots, they are putting players in the right positions to win rounds, they're reading the rounds fairly well, that SK are throwing at them, and we're in front of the situation where, what's the round loss bonus here? How
Se
many
tiver
rounds
alguma
are
coisa
there?
que eu possa melhorar, pode
Oh, I guess
falar no chat que eu vou estar melhorando nas próximas lives. A qualidade já vai estar melhor, não vai estar com 83p, eu comecei errado mesmo. Agora vai ser um forçado desse cara com pista e colete.
Nice. So SK are gonna
O
start
estilo
having
avança ali na
fire
região
on
do
by
galpão pra ver se pega
especially to get
informação.
the bombs down now.
Esse cara, o Fallen encosta 4 talinhos B, então trabalhar
So
com B.
I think that
com
would
as
be very
granadas.
much in their interest to find a way onto the bomb plant here, and they have 2 molotovs and 2 smokes, so they can definitely work onto checkers control. And with having vents here already, this is the perfect timing to start tossing in those nades for
Esse cara tá inteiro no B, vamos trabalhar com B, esse round.
2 smokes still available as well.
Molotova, granada, smoker. O Fer consegue entrar ali
way
no bomb.
into enemy
Muito rápido,
territory.
Phelps
That's
também,
going
já que nem
to
no
open
bomb.
up the site. Phelps getting the second
Esse
kill
cara
on the
precisa
B-bomb
plantar pra
site.
garantir um
Oh,
bom
there
armado
weapons
no
to be
próximo
connected.
round.
I still see T's
E
on
o Fallen
pistol.
planta C4.
No rifles in play.
Nish vai olhando ali se consegue pescar alguém pela,
There is
pela
another
festa.
smoke afforded. That's a
Vai
problem.
secar smoke ali pra atrasar mais ainda. Ficar alguns
3
segundos.
versus 4. Fallen's picked up a
O Molotov
an
bom pra
M4.
tirar as pessoas do bomb ali,
I
pra
don't know
atrapalhar
if there's a second
bastante.
gun to be
Vai
collected.
obrigar.
Fallen, you appear to be on fire,
Esse
sir.
quer se movimentar.
Only Phelps has, kit at this point.
Phelps consegue
Phelps
matar
has
um
been
ali,
trying
dois.
to pull on the smoke.
Phelps consegue
Oh,
matar
the
na smoke ali
savagery
e
is
matar os
real.
3.
SK have stolen
Sobe o
rounds,
taco
and that puts
conseguindo
them at match point.
fazer o match point ali pra região da CK. Agora é o match point, o último round. Se esse cara conseguir finalizar. Ele conseguiu matar muito bem o Phelps. E deixar muito miado o Azé
Little too
Phelps
passive by
só,
the Renegades
tá só,
players in the
só
deep
finalizar.
side, giving too much space and respect to the SK players who were able to just get
Renegades
up
vai
in the
trabalhando
face
com
with
2-1.
their tech 9, but they're just
Consegue
disrespecting
pegar o meio,
Nexa
o
right
Phelps e
here,
o Fer.
running
Consegue
up middle
pescar
and getting that opening frag.
o cara da liga. O
He's
Phelps
not
vai,
stopping.
o Fer vai indo ali. Pegou o cara do cimento.
Can't stop, won't stop.
5x2. Você consegue pegar muita informação ali avançando no galpão.
But they have middle.
Eles vão trabalhar pra B, mas Fallen consegue pescar ele porque ele
Solid shot there from Fallen, putting SK
ficou ali
in the
nas
driving
costas.
seats and making
Sobra
it
o
hard
Azer e
going
o
to take over
Nift,
this
que
point.
tá na liga e no
Versus
B.
5, perhaps insurmountable for Renegades, but Nifty is still alive. He's still on the AWP. He's been
Esse cara vai
explosive.
indo pro B.
As timing to the workout
Consegue
favors
pescar
speaking
dois
of
ali.
Nifty.
A gente vai tentando segurar com o que pode com as granadas.
He's away
Aí
for
pesca
him
pelo
though.
Fallen,
He's
só
got
o Azer que
the
tá indo
inferior
região do
angle
CT.
there with Fallen already in
Mata o
position.
Fer.
Now stands as a 1 versus 2.
2x1.
Both players on the B bomb
Outro
site.
Fallen no taco
There he
versus o
pushes
Azer.
through the smoke. Taco's looking for it.
Fallen
As
planta
might
esse
go for
fato.
it. but
Mas é morto por um
too
Fer.
slow. Taco takes him
A
down.
SK ganha
SK get one back, 16 to 11.
contra a Renegades. Tá 1
Yeah,
a
and that
1.
was a really good adjustment by SK. So in the first
Foi
map that
bom
we
jogo,
saw in
eles não
Cash,
aceleraram igual no primeiro.
basically Renegades had a lot of freedom to
Mas ele
go and
continua
set up
perdendo,
into their
perdendo muitas
playstyle and
armas
dictate the
no
pace of the
forçado.
rounds and everything like that.
Boneco
And
deles.
SK was giving Renegades a lot of respect, but in the second map, what SK decided to do is instead of giving so much respect and so much freedom to the
Conseguiu
Renegades
virar bem,
players,
já que Renegades
SK
estava fez
changed the
vontade de
pace a
5 a
little
0
bit
para
and started
cima
to be a
do
little bit more aggressive,
da SK.
aggression, both at the start of the round and also in the middle of the round, and
Isso
didn't
ajudou
really
muito.
let Renegades set up in any of their T-side strategies. And then again on CT side, there's a little bit of aggressive play coming in from the individual players at different parts of the map, so whether it be middle, whether it be at door, whether it be at B, never really let Renegades feel safe at any point in the game. So it was a good adjustment that SK did, and Renegades kind of, I guess that's the next point that they need to work on. They're good with the slow play, they're good with being able to adjust and like move everyone where they need to be, but if they're being disrupted like that mid-round, if people are just outscaling them like, in terms of aim,
carregar entre
Renegades
aspas, né,
needs to
SK.
find a solution for that
Mas
now.
todos jogaram demais.
Are you happy though with Renegades?
Caps como sempre,
Am
marcando
I
os
happy?
gols.
I'm impressed. I wouldn't say I'm happy or sad. I'm impressed by them. I didn't think that they would be at nearly at this level, and
So then you're happy with them, I suppose. Because being
Sure.
impressed that's a positive feeling of happiness.
Why are you forcing emotions onto our guest deck?
Estou comparando agora o Taco e
I'm just
Mas
what
é
I'm
entre os
trying
melhores da
to
partida.
get at basically is that it
I'm
is.
sorry, Josh.
I mean, he basically is happy. He's happy to see that Renegades are able to play in this way.
I'm happy
at
to
this
see that
point.
another North American team is able to
Obrigado por
approach the
acompanhar a
game like
transmissão até aqui,
regular
vou
human beings with
finalizar,
their heads on their shoulders.
mas
Nice.
eu vou narrar os próximos jogos.
Okay.
Hoje não, acho que vai ter mais jogos ainda desse
What
cara.
do you feel?
Mas eu vou, hoje eu não vou mais narrar não. Outro dia,
I'm content. I'm a piece of the world.
obrigado
It's,
por acompanhar
it's
aí.
cool to see Renegades having some success, being competitive with
Fico
probably the best team
agradecer,
in
se
North
inscreve aqui no
America.
inscrito para acompanhar as
That
próximas
bodes
lives.
well,
A primeira
and the fact that they've
narração
gone beyond their
por qualquer
borders in
ruim.
terms of Oceania.